I wish I could make reaction videos, but I was born in 1956. I've heard all these songs. What could I possibly react to?
Hey whippersnappers, Brian here at Boomer Reacts. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, thanks for checking me out. I listen to rap and hip-hop songs using lyric videos, and then I let you know what I thought about them. Today we're doing a poll winner. I put up 5 options of groups that I have not reacted to yet on my channel. And T.R.O.Y and CL Smooth won for They Reminisce Over You, T.R.O.Y. I've been kind of obsessed with acronyms ever since I got burned by Common and Queen Latifah. And so when I saw there was an acronym at the end of this title, my first thought was, well, I hope they explained it in the song. And then I looked at the title again and was like, oh, okay. They explained it before the song. I've never heard of these guys. I've never heard of this song. And if you're new to my channel, I like to do a little bio of artists that are new to my channel, just so I can wrap my head around, who they are, where they're from, stuff like that. And I only take the bio up until the point where this song is released. I don't go into the future because, whatever happens to them after this song has been recorded has no bearing on where their mind was when they recorded it, if that makes sense. So I'll do a little bio and then we'll do the reaction. Peter Phillips, aka T.R.O.Y, was born on June 21st, 1970 in the Bronx to Jamaican parents. His family moved to Mount Vernon, New York when he was 7 years old. His father was a part-time DJ with an extensive music collection. Peter would accompany his father to gigs where he would be introduced to a wide variety of musical genres. During high school, he met Penn, aka CL Smooth. In 1987, just as Pete's older cousin Dwight Myers, aka Heavy D of Heavy D and the Boys, really his cousin. I've heard of Heavy D and the Boys too. Let's go back. Just as Pete's older cousin Dwight Myers, aka Heavy D, was making it big, Pete got a job as a DJ on New York's WBLS radio show, In Control with Marley Marl. Now, I've heard of Marley Marl before when I did my reaction to Juicy, the infamous reaction where, Notorious B.I.G. was mentioning Biggie Smalls in his lyrics, and I wondered aloud, were they friends? So then I looked it up right on camera and was like, oh, they're the same person. I just never got the information. And he also mentioned Marley Marl in Juicy as well. And I thought, oh, I wonder if that's Bob Marley, but obviously not. I'm still not really sure who Marley Marl is, but he'll pop up on a bio sometime. Okay. Propelled by his popularity on the show, Pete began producing. He teamed up with his high school buddy Dwight, and they became the DJ and MC duo T.R.O.Y and CL Smooth. Their close relationships with established hitmakers like Marley Marl and Heavy D helped them land a deal with Elektra Records, which released their debut EP, All Sold Out. Sold is spelled S-O-U-L-E-D. All Sold Out. Get it? Rock's early brilliance and CL's writing skills came into full bloom on their debut studio album, Mecca and the Soul Brother. The lead single, They Reminisce Over You, T.R.O.Y, is a requiem for their friend Troy Dixon, aka Trouble T.R.O.Y, a member of Heavy D and the Boys, who fell to his death from the stage while on tour. Yikes. That's traumatic. So the this song was written for Troy. So that means the Troy, the anagram, is really a backronym. And let me explain. Ever since, I used to love her and unity, I've, done some research on acronyms. And those of you who said unity is not an acronym, she's just spelling it, I agree, but she shouldn't have put periods after each letter. It should have been dashes. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, so I was researching acronyms, and I found out that technically an acronym is, taking the first letters of something and making a new word that you can say as a word, like NASA or POTUS. For like President of the United States, the acronym is a word that you say, POTUS. You don't say POTUS. And then acronyms like FBI and CIA, those are called initials. They're not acronyms because you don't say them as a word. You spell them out, CIA, FBI. One of the sentences that really stuck out to me in my research was, put your PIN in the ATM. So PIN is an acronym because you say the word, which stands for personal identification number, and then you put it in the ATM, which is initials for automated teller machine. So ATM is not technically an acronym because you can't say it as a word. Does that make sense? So anyway, so Troy is a backronym because they didn't come up with a title, They Reminisce Over You, and it just happened to be Troy. They started with Troy because that's the name of their friend that died. They started with Troy, and then they went back and made a title so that Troy could be the acronym. So it's called a backronym when you start with the acronym and go back and make, the first part match what you want to be the acronym, if that makes sense. Like, they didn't say, hey, let's have the space division of the U.S. government be called NASA. That's a really cool word. Now let's go back and, find something that matches NASA. No, they came up with National Aeronautics Science Administration. And that just happened to be NASA, which you could say. Are you bored yet? So anyway, and Troy is kind of a lazy backronym because you don't really reminisce over someone. You reminisce about someone, but that would have been Trey, so they couldn't do that. So they had to use over, which really doesn't make sense. You reminisce about someone. You reminisce over a cup of coffee, and you reminisce over the phone, but you don't reminisce over a person. It's about. Okay, now you're bored. Okay, back to the song. They reminisce over you. Sorry, I was passionate about acronyms. They Reminisce Over You peaked at number 58 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Hot Rap Tracks chart, and has become a staple of classic early 90s hip-hop. Many critics consider it one of the best produced hip-hop songs, and it continues to appear on many greatest songs lists. All right. Let's listen to They Reminisce Over You. Troy. That's weird.
I reminisce.
very jazzy.
I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, a toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beatings cause the girl loved drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl, let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you or tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative for the woman a master. Mother Queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God. When I date back, I recall a man off the family tree. My right hand, Papa Doc, I see. Took me from a boy to a man, so I always had a father when my biological didn't bother. Taking care of this, so who am I to bicker? Not a bad ticker, but I'm clocking Pop's liver. But you can never say that his life is through. 5 kids at 21, believe he got a right to. Here we go while I check the scene with the Portuguese lover at the age of 14. The same age, front page, no fuss, but I bet you all you know they live longer than us. Never been seen now, that's where you're wrong. But give the man a taste and he's gone. Nodding off sleep to a jazz tune. I can hear his head banging on the wall in the next room. I get the pillow and hope I don't wake him. For this man to cuss, hear it all in verbatim. Telling me how to raise my boy unless he's taking over. I said, Pop, maybe when you're older. We laughed all night about the hookers at the party. My old man standing yelling, good God almighty. Use your condom, take sips of the brew. When they reminisce over you, for real. For real, baby. Like that. We for real. Coming at ya. In 92. Rock and CL Smooth. Yeah. Come on. I reminisce so you never forget this. The days are way back, so many bear witness the fitness. Take the first letter out of each word in this joint. Listen close as I prove my point. T to the R-O-Y, how did you and I meet in front of Big Lou's fighting in the street? But only you saw what took many time to see. I dedicate this to you for believing in me. Rain or shine, yes in any weather. My grandma Pam holds the family together. My Uncle Doc's the greatest, better get the latest. If we're talking about a car, Uncle Sterling got the latest. I tried to be live cause I got no choice and run my own business like my Aunt Joyce. So Pete Rock hit me, enough respect due when they reminisce over you. Listen, listen, just listen to the funky songs as I rock on, and that's word is born. I'm not playing, everybody just coolin'. This song is dedicated to the one and only. Never be another, he was my brother. Trouble T.R.O.Y. It's like that, y'all. And it don't stop. Rock and CL Smooth for 92. And we out. Later, later.
That is one of the more jazzy songs I've reacted to on this channel. New York State of Mind probably was the closest, but this was, you know, overtly jazzy. So Pete's DJ dad must have had, you know, maybe a lot of jazz in his collection, and it rubbed off on Pete. You know, this is just like the merger of two great talents, because the saxophone was the star of the show, and that's Pete Rock. But CL Smooth's, you know, flow and writing was also the star. So, stick them together and you got a great song. This is the kind of song that I would have enjoyed if I had heard it in the 90s. But even though I did enjoy some hip hop and rap in the late 80s, by the time gangster rap started, that just kind of turned me off to the whole genre. And I never, peeked back in to see if there were songs like this that I really liked, which is, it was lazy of me. But if I had heard this when it was released, I would have really liked it. So the story was broken up into parts. It was about his dad leaving and his mom being a single mom, and then I guess maybe his uncle raised him. And then the last part was about their friend Troy. Well, thanks for voting for that, guys. I really liked it. If you like this kind of content, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.